Hi, I'm Don Bodan from SampleLibraryReview.com. Today we're diving into something not quite a sample library, but a very exciting instrument, Abyss by Dawesome. Now this looks to be a very creative take on synthesis, and this is what they're calling a visual synthesis created by Pete V. The instrument comes with 120 patches with the ability to save user presets, and what's really interesting about this is that you are using and sculpting sound based on tone color gradients. You've got 2,000 tone color gradients, which it'll make more sense once I open the instrument and show you that. Tons of LFOs, resonances, analog filters, and this is MPE ready. It's a very unique approach to effects with phase, shimmer, reverb, delay, and some fun pitch snap functionality. It does require Mac OS 10.11 or higher, 64-bit AU VST3, or Windows as Windows 10 64-bit VST3. Abyss normally sells for $129. The time of putting this together was on a $77 intro price, and there is a 90-day free trial. I'll include a link over to Abyss in the description below. Now this is a true first look. I've opened up the instrument, I watched the videos, and I just want to preface this by saying I'm not a synth guy. So one of the reasons I was excited about this is because maybe approaching synthesis in a visual manner might give me a different appreciation for it. It might also give me a different way to approach score. I'm going to show you a little bit about what I've learned about the instrument real quick, but before we do that, let's listen to a bunch of presets so we can hear what the instrument can do. So that was a nice selection of the pads presets. You can see we've got pads, drones, synth, and pulse, and noise. Let's move on. We'll listen to a little bit of the drones presets. And before we go much further with listening to presets, I just want to note, you can see this glowing and movement. You can see that that's because I'm moving my mod wheel, and that's the only controller that I have handy. I don't have an MPE controller. However, you can see that the MPE, press, slide, and glide, and velocity is right there. Velocity I do have some control over. And that's changing some of the parameters. Continuing on, let's listen to more of the drones. I just love the ability to utilize pitch shift and glide and those kind of things inside of synths. And so with this preset Narwhal, it's already got the scale functionality for pitch synced up to an LFO. And you could hear I could change the rate there. And get just all kinds of different things out of it. Just a note here too, whenever you're using drones, always go up high on your keyboard. You never know what you're going to get, and it may turn into something very creative for lead, especially for scoring. Here we can hear that pitch shift in motion. And here is the Abyss, the signature preset. Let's move on to the Syn presets. These are one notes, so it's automatically generating chords for that, thus the name chordal. Moving the mod whale again. You can see in this one we've got one track here with the mod whale moving across our color gradients, which represents our tone colors. That one's called Replicant. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's listen to some of the pulses. That's really nice. And here we go, we got the scale. You can actually see it synced up to this. Yeah, that one's very unexpected. On the Sea. This just might be my favorite preset. Yeah, that's really nice. Let's listen to one more preset from the pulses. And just to be safe, I'm at 120. Going down to 86. Then back up 150. You can see all my LFOs are syncing to my DAW's tempo. Got one more set of presets called Noise. Yeah, it's just getting wacky. Alright, I feel like we got a decent idea of the range of the synth. Now, for my purposes of sharing the first look, I'm going to go ahead and start with this one, which I really loved, On the Sea. And I think this one's kind of complicated. You can see our black line indicating where our color tone gradient is pulling from. Jump around up here. So maybe let's start with something a little simpler. Did I like eels? There we go. This will be a good one to experiment with. So over on this end, we've got this tone color here, but we can actually move our mouse around and click. Find something. Okay, that's definitely wacky. So I got that one here. I'm going to move it right into my right side. You can hear a little bit of it there. Now my closest neighbor tone here. Let's use something a little bit more distinctive from the other one. Now let's change this one. Yeah, something like that with a little more bite to it. There we go. So as we click on our main parameters up here, we can see what LFOs are affecting them. So right now I got nothing on pitch. But now, because I've clicked on pitch and I've turned up this LFO's effect on pitch, you can see now we've got a little step sequencer here because I pulled my quantize way down. And this is just, like I said, I do not have MPE control for this demo. Now, let's look at a couple other things that I was really interested in, which is that not only do we have 2,000 tone colors, which, yeah, let's mute my mic, and I'm just going to scroll slowly through these so we can hear a lot of what the tone colors have to offer. I'm hearing a lot of range, and although it's playing the one note as we cycle through all these tone gradient colors here, what I'm noticing is that we're going from all kinds of different synth sounds, from very streamlined synthwave sounds to a little more robust organ sounds, some stuff with heavy noise, some actual like percussive attacks, a lot of spatial warbling, and I even heard a little bit of pitchiness in some of these as I scrolled around. So those are just the leaping off points for us to load into our gradient wheel and start to play with this thing. And what I don't know... Yeah, I mean, all I did was change my tone color here, and I've got a hugely different sound than what I had started with. Now, what's also kind of cool is we're going to be able to play with the design of our tone color. And now we've expanded completely the possibilities of this patch that we jumped off of. Now this is kind of cool as well. Most synths, you'll have your LFOs, your waveforms, and then you'll have a ton of effects. Well, this is a very interesting approach visually with the effects. I love the water theme, and of course with the Abyss title. That's a lot of fun. And what it looks like is they have delay, reverb, and delay, reverb, a shimmer, and a phaser. So let's just turn off all of these. So that was just us listening to just full-on effects, returns, no mixing, and each of those have different parameters here at the bottom. And then they also have different versions. Now, we talked about most of the basic functionality of how this kind of works, and even though I don't have an MPE controller to utilize some of the even more expanded triggering right now, just playing a little bit with my mod wheel, getting to select through the colors and getting to hear the presets, I've got a pretty good idea of what Abyss can do. There's going to be a bit of a learning curve for myself personally. I had mentioned I'm not a big synth guy. I love sampled synths and presets and tweaking them out from there. There's times when going about creating a score or a texture or a mood, this kind of synth can take you in directions you may not have ever dreamed of, and that's where I'm seeing its value for me. I know that there are tons of factors in using LFOs, syncing all of these controls across the top. not to mention the 2,000 some color tones, and being able to mutate. I almost said mutilate. Being able to mutate and color those in different ways with the corresponding controls you've got there, but also the effects. I think the thing that really jumps out and stands out at me really is that the effects do play a big role, but the sound of the synth really originates throughout your controls and your manipulation, instead of relying heavily on your effects to fill in some other creative aspect. Those are just some of my thoughts from an initial first look. Please let me know your thoughts below. Is Abyss something you're more interested in than you were before? Did this video help you out? Did you get a little better insight into what Abyss is like right out of the box? Please comment, let me know. Always appreciate your input. Helps guide the channel so we can be more useful and helpful for you. Thanks for spending a little time with me here today. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you back around on Fridays for our weekly DL Compressor show.